Hi, my name's Edward, and I'm going to walk you through the Percentage app booking engine. First step is to log in at admin.percentageapp.co, and you'll see on the left-hand side a range of functions associated with the Percentage app, but for the purposes of this demo, I'm going to show you the booking engine functionality. Before I go into more detail about the admin system and its functions, I'll show you how the front end of the booking engine works and looks with a few examples. Once the search results page loads, you'll see at the top you have the ability to change the search dates. Slightly below you have a bar which allows you to put any kind of information you want to give to your users at that time. It could be a coupon code offer or a notice for whatever you'd like to information you'd like to make available to your users. Scrolling down, you have check-in, check-out with the shoulder dates and the pricing built in, so you can extend the stays if you wish. Moving down, we have the three-step process, which is choosing the room, choosing any add-ons, like could be breakfast or any other upsell you wish to add on to bookings, and then you have the confirm and pay step. Other versions of the booking system have one more step if you sell packages, tours, or a special kind of sort of event holiday or something with an extra requirement to book in addition to a room. Moving down, we have coupon codes. So there's a lot of functionality associated with our coupon code system. So I'll show you the functionality later on. We then have the currencies. So you can set any kind of currency you like in the admin system. In this case, they've selected a few that are relevant to them, and obviously the currencies change without having to reload the page. Moving down, you have on the left-hand side, you have the images, so you can load multiple images for each room type, obviously. And on the right-hand side, you've got some details about the property, about the room type. So this is completely controllable by you, so any information you want to add. And then we have two rate plans in this example. So you can decide whether to have more than one rate plan, or if you just wish to sell one, or and the various offers you have. And this is quite customizable in the back end. There are two types of cart we operate. So there's a right-hand side cart built into the page, and then there's a pop-up cart. This version uses the pop-up cart, so I'll show you how that works. You'll see that the page pops up and it adds, it allows you to add more beds or add more room types or remove if required. Our system does allow you to add multiple room types, multiple offer types, and multiple date ranges in a single booking. So that can be very flexible for businesses, hotels requiring an extra function. The next step is the upsells, as mentioned earlier. So breakfast in this case, early check-ins, you can charge extra. There's a range of fees, so it could be per piece or per night or per person, for example. In this case, you can click Add and then Confirm. And you'll see on the left-hand side the personal details to collect the information about the guest. And on the right-hand side, you've got all the information about your selected reservation. This page is fully secured by SSL, and managed to the highest degree of security to make sure that guest credit cards are not at risk in any way. Moving on to a slightly different version. This is a wellness resort where they do programs for detox and fitness. you'll see their search process is broadly similar, but they have a program, an accommodation, and a confirm and pay in this case. So in their case, they have programs. So for example, they have a fitness and yoga holiday. So if I add one of those, again, you can add multiple versions of that. And you'll see on the right-hand side, the cart this time, you can see some details about what you've selected, and then move on to the next step. The next step is to choose a room, for example. So for the purposes of this, I'll add one of those rooms. And then you'll see when you click confirm, the credit card page is broadly similar. You can add custom fields if required, all managed from the admin system. Another slightly different version is perhaps a hotel example. In the hotel version, they have 3 steps as well, but this is a hotel, not a hostel. So you can see they have 3 different offers valid for the search dates that we selected. We can add one of those, for example. And then go to the next step. You'll see I've selected two units. So you can select upsells for each unit separately. So perhaps the first room wants breakfast. The second room wants an airport transfer in this case. And then we can go to the next step. Once again, the credit card page is broadly similar, showing the add-ons, the upsells that we selected, and then confirm the reservation. Another slightly different version is perhaps the Astor hostel version. This is a small hostel chain based in the UK with five properties. Once again, they have slightly different. They prefer to have a contact form as well embedded into the system. The booking bar, as we call it, this search box, is highly customizable depending on requirements. In their search page example, as you can see, the look and feel fits more with their website, and you'll see some slight differences. They only have a 2-step process in this case. They do have hostels. It is a hostel model in this case, and they only have 1 rate plan. They prefer only 1. Again, you select, and you can confirm your reservation very quickly. Next, we can look at the Percentage App admin system, where you can control the look and feel of the booking engine, the settings, and how it functions. So as you can see, we have multiple functions depending on requirements, but in this case, I'm going to demonstrate the hotel booking engine, which is not just limited to hotels, but that's just what we call it. So starting with the main setup functions, we have a range of advanced settings. I'll try to give you a brief overview of the settings because there's quite a lot. But starting with the general settings, you can set your confirmation emails. So any HTML template you wish, you can set in the system. You can set base rate plan names as well. You can decide whether to show all the offers available for a given search date or just show some. You can also limit the size of the cart, obviously, and any extra bed charges. You can also compare your rates. If it's relevant, then you can select a TripAdvisor page URL so that our system can compare your website rate with your OTA rates. Booking conditions. You can enter any kind of conditions you wish, any policies as well, any relevant to each property. Minimum stays. In some cases, you may wish to apply that from the PMS, but there are other customers that wish to have a different minimum stay on their website as opposed to online travel agents. You can also obviously black out dates if you would like not to do it from the channel manager or from the PMS. Instead, you can do with the in the general settings here. Moving on to the styling and customization. There's a lot of detail here, but this broadly displays the colors, the displays, the shapes, the general settings from pop-up messages to how the tax is displayed and generated, whether it's nightly or total rates you're showing on your search results page, whether you show the number of rooms available, custom error messages, room types, and more. Custom fields, for example, and the booking completed page, you can also set various options. The system also allows you to use customized JavaScript or CSS on each step of the booking process, depending on your requirements. Some of our more advanced customers use that quite a lot. This is to allow you to customize the price, compare the price with your OTAs and your own website. And then we have some advanced analytics tracking. In addition to the basic Google Analytics, we do also have support for Google Tag Manager. If you use that system, this will allow you to track events from when the available rooms are loaded, the number of rooms available, when promo codes are used, number of beds selected, number of rooms selected. It provides the details, add to cart when room types or something is added to the cart, and as well as all the reservation details is all added to the data layer and can be used using Google Tag Manager. Taxes and fees, obviously, you can set depending on your setup in your jurisdiction, wherever you are. And then room type information as well. So you can, for example, enter various details about your room types or your property types, and you can customize the code, add icons or anything you wish depending on your requirements, as well as upload multiple images. You can have separate booking conditions for each property. You can also set amenities and some more advanced features for those that sell rooms within a property rather or beds in this case, if required. In addition to that, we do have the filtering, which we showed earlier. So you can filter rooms. You can create a filter of any kind of name you like and then assign which room types are connected to that filter and then sort the order using this. In addition to that, there's various other functions, but the core functions, reservation details. In most cases, if you're connected to a channel manager, you won't need to use that, but the information is there until the guest checks out to ensure that you have a backup just in case. Once the guest checks out, that information is removed from our system. The same goes for inventory. So again, most users manage the inventory from their PMS or channel manager, but this is required if you prefer a standalone model to manually control your inventory, your prices, your rates, your availability. For the upsells, we have an upsell platform, like I showed earlier with the breakfast. So you can set the upsell name, so the product you're selling. You can choose whether price per person, price per piece, price per room, price per person per night, or per person per night throughout stay. You can set the price, and it allows you to set the dates where that shows. As shown earlier with the rate plans, there's two broad, or rather three types of rate you can load. We have the base rates, we have the promotions or special offers, and then we have the coupon or promo codes. Starting with the base rate, this is the rates that come from your PMS or channel manager. Here you can set various conditions when the discount will be applied based on the search dates of the user. So you can set, for example, minimum night stay, the amount of discount, the start and end date of that offer, the room types that are applicable in this case, and then blackout dates as well. So you can obviously have multiple discounts for different date ranges and different room types, and you can add some restrictions like minimum night stays, and whether that applies to extra guests. If you use the per person pricing model, then you can choose whether that applies. Incidentally, if you do use the per person pricing setup, we do have a range of functions that allow you to set the price for each person cross-referenced with the age of the person. So each person is charged at whatever rate for each room type, and then, for example, you may wish to not to charge toddlers or kids under a certain age. So you can control the pricing of that and sell on a per person basis. In addition to that, to the base rate discounts, we also have promotions or special offers. Once again, you can set various types of discounts. So it can be a percentage discount, a fixed discount, so $20 off per night, or a fixed price where you override the channel manager or PMS with a fixed price, so $100 per night. You can choose what rate plans that applies to. You can set the minimum and maximum stays where this offer is applicable. Again, you can apply for the extra guests, and you can set some details of how that is displayed and some explanations. You can also limit by the start and end date. You can set conditions where it only applies if you 3 days before arrival or within 3 days of arrival, or has to be more than 30 days before arrival, for example. You can set the applicable room types, and you can also black out those dates as well. In addition to that, the coupon codes, which are quite powerful, allow you to set coupons up, and again, you choose whether that's applied with extra guests. You can set some restrictions, so minimum, maximum stay before arrival. You can select which rate plans that would apply to, and you can set a discount based on the 3 criteria mentioned in the special offers. So that can be a percentage, it can be a fixed discount, $10 off, or a fixed price, $100 per night. One thing that separates our coupon code functionality from others is that using one coupon, you can have multi-layered discounts. So, for example, if you wanted 10% off in June, but you wanted 15% off in July, and even 20% in August. So you can set multiple discounts for different times of year. You can also cross-reference the available, the dates when the coupon will be available for use, and the stay dates, and the discount types. So you can have multiple discount types as well as available from and to dates and stay dates using one coupon. So this is fantastic for your closed user groups or your members' rates and things like that. So you can fully control without the watching eye of any OTAs or agents having rate parity concerns. In addition to that, you can also set the alert and error messages, or thank you messages. You can also block certain dates out. And more than that, you can also link this to individual room types. You can set the minimum maximum nights when this should apply based on the search dates of the users. And you can set the maximum number of units you're willing to sell at that rate. So this is very powerful if you do a large campaign but you don't want to sell too much at a too low rate. So if you set 10 here, as soon as 10 have been sold, this will not be available to book.